Hi guys, it's Kathy. I hope you're doing well. Wow. Wow, we have a really intense good one. Um, she's so articulate with mental health issues that she's going through. It's mesmerizing the way that she describes the issues that she's having. And the judge, he has to punishment versus help her type of issues. It's help is hard to come by, and she's going through it, and the way she describes it is really really good. So let's just get right to it.
Yes, I will. Yes, sir.
He turns the microphone on in just a moment. Don't worry, it's only for a moment.
Yes.
All righty. It wasn't either one, you're right. So I assume you did serve some time in the penitentiary,
5 years.
5 years. So you hadn't been out long, right?
No, actually, I've been locked up. Majority of the time I've been out. These from April to now, I've been incarcerated in the counties.
Yeah.
Judge, on her petition, it notes that there was a revocation June the 14th.
I see that.
It doesn't note that after that, and you should find it in the clerk's file, there was a whereas order that Officer Griffin did on July 18th, amending.
Sending her the green leaf.
Yes, sir. It was amending the green leaf for PTR.
Right. And apparently that hadn't worked out.
Yeah.
Because now they allege that she has.
I didn't go to Greenleaf. You canceled the Greenleaf and sent me to PTR to stay with my grandmother. But on that day that you let me out, Pulaski County picked me up for charges that I had got on April 2nd and while I was still in prison. I got out April 18th. And I didn't know they had took warrants out on me April 2nd when the prison let me go. They didn't say that Pulaski had warrants into me. And he said I wouldn't have known that because he came and picked me up after they let me go. So they had charged me with charges like I had been charged on July 18th, but I wasn't charged in July 18th. I was charged on April 2nd while I was still in prison.
Okay. And so they got new charges over there. And now I guess that's part of what they're alleging here is that while you were in Pulaski County in jail, you committed the new offense of battery, aggravated battery, willful obstruction of law enforcement, and riot in a penal institution.
No, I committed that crime. Those charges was on April 2nd.
I'm saying.
Yeah, it's a little bit confusing, Your Honor. She was actually arrested and processed on July the 18th, right. Is my understanding. She didn't commit the offense on the 18th. It was just because of the
offenses were back in April.
Yes, sir. The charge itself was, but she wasn't processed until July.
Right. So where are we today? Does she admit the violation?
Well, no, because
if Lee Arundel would have told me that I had warrants from Pulaski was supposed to pick me up from Lee Arundel when I finished my prison time, but they didn't pick me up. The prison let me go on my own record and not telling me that Pulaski wanted to pick me up. I thought I was free. But when I got out from the PTR here and they ran my name through the database, like the protocol for releasing an inmate, the warrant showed up on July 18th.
I got you.
Your Honor, I'm not really sure as far as admissions or denials because, and Ms. White can correct me, when she got out of Pulaski, out of the jail.
If you're struggling with the fact that the alleged offense occurred prior to her release and before she was on probation, it's my understanding that even if the event occurred prior to the beginning of probation, once probation does start, they can still do a revocation.
That's,
That's my understanding.
Okay, so the timeline was a little off. When everything was ordered and we changed her stuff to PTR, Pulaski had already taken out warrants on things that she did in prison before she ever got released.
I understand.
She didn't do that then. Now, she was out then. We sent her to Pulaski. She got out from Pulaski.
when did she get out? Do you have that?
I got out April 20th something, April 21st or something like that. And I called I called Miss Salem because she was my last probation officer, and I let her know that I had just been released from Pulaski County and that
So we released her July 18th to Pulaski County. At some point, she logged out. She was rearrested on 8/31.
yeah, I'll
Rearrested on our probation warrant.
So Lions PD actually had new charges for her. That's what I was getting to. So new charges and then probation issued the warrant for not reporting. That's what she's here for.
What are the new charges?
Felony obstruction, misdemeanor civil battery, public health and emergency, giving false name, battery.
So that's not even on this.
I was about to say, Ms. Payne just showed me that she has new warrants in Toombs County that's not on this petition.
They were just first, so I'm not sure that they're gonna.
I talked to my probation officer prior to being arrested on 8/31, and she told me she was going to take a warrant out for me. So when she told me to meet her, I was already because when the medicine that the man piling, I got out, I was going to PTR. I had set up my mental health appointments at Pineland like I was supposed to, but my family didn't know how to react to all the medicine that the man prescribed me on it because I was acting out of my mind. I was too drowsy. I was staring off of space, keep staring at my grandma, and she had to keep bringing me back. And my kids wanted me to function, but I had to take this medicine. So I was in a deal of not taking the medicine so I could function with my family, or taking the medicine and being too overly medicated. Because I take 1,800 milligrams of one medicine, 60 milligrams of another medicine, 30 milligrams of another medicine, 125 another medicine, and plus 300 milligrams of injection shots every 3 weeks. And it still doesn't help me. And I just needed some help with being on the right medication, because before I went to prison, when I was going with my case with Kathy Palmer over it, she had labeled me incompetent because my medicine wasn't right. But I got with Pineland and they got me on the right medicine. And I was able to act accordingly with the processing of the case with Pineland.
But now you've gotten in new trouble over here in Lyons.
Yes, I got in trouble because I had left home because I was just so overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed with making up that I gotta cook my own meals and that I gotta cook meals for my kids and that I get to take my medicine by myself. I just been, my whole prison sentence, it has traumatized me. I have found dead bodies. I have been beat, and what officers don't come and help me from being beat. I'm scared of the outside life. I can't handle it well. I don't handle it well. I'm in shock. I really don't know what to do. I'll be driving in the car with my grandma and something be telling me to run us off the road. And they keep giving me pills after pills after pills, but none of it's helping.
Do I need to just send you back to prison so you won't be all free? I mean, that's what you kind of use this.
No, I don't need to go back to prison, because this is where it started from. I wrote you something. Can I read it?
Sure.
I have been mental health a long time, in chains of my own mind. It has led me down some dark roads, places where I thought I couldn't make it. But that's not my case. I plead today. If you send me to RSAT or if you send me to John's place, I'm going to change people's lives, because no more do I have a pity party. I look back at people who were before me, and I can see them saying, although I'm at the end of my rope, I'm at the beginning of my hope. No more would I be bound by my circumstances. Either way it goes, I'm going to let God use me because it looks like there is no hope for a person like me. But I say to you, if God can use a blind man, he can use me. And I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Romans 6:1 says we can make our own plans, but the Lord give us the right answer. So much I try to lean on my own strength to make it. I make it as far until trouble reaches my mind on whether I'm doing the right thing or not. So I start panicking, forgetting why I'm really doing it for. If I can just hold on to the little voice that matters, God's still voice, remembering he wants to be included in my plans, that he want me to succeed and see me all the way through, that he won't forsake me, and nothing can separate me from the love of God. And if he is for me, who can be against me? If I only would listen, I would then know what Proverbs 16:1 really means. We make our own plans, but God give us the right answer. I have to give God a try. I keep leaning on this mental health like it's just all my problems instead of looking for solutions and trying. When I hear voices and I listen, they are commanding, but I don't have to listen to them voices. I realize that being in the room by myself this time, because it just listening to the voices only lead me down to places like this in your face, asking you to help pardon me. I'm not asking for not to have punishment for what I have done. I just asking for a little help to help me change my ways, my way of thinking. I need to renew my mind. I need to have better goals for myself. My kids and my mom are struggling to take care of themselves, and I'm out here worried about this mental health, keep leaning on this mental health. This mental health can't be the all of me. It can't just be the end of my road. I don't want it to defeat me. I am tired. I'm tired of listening to the voices. I want to tell them to stop. I just need a little help, like with just being by myself. That's why I was asking, can I go to John Place? Because they helped me. They with Pineland, and Pineland is good for me. I have plenty of people that I could bring to testify to me that my mental health is not just something I play with. I am really going through some things, and I really need assistance with reacting with the real world and coming to what's the truth and what's not the truth. And at John's Place, they can help me with getting on my medicine and slowly put me back with the responsibilities of everyday life. I never got the chance to go to a mental facility because I keep telling people I need to go to a transitional center first before I'm just thrown out there in that world. And then it's like people are trying to overthink what I'm saying and just put my grandma asking me to be the old me. She don't like this new me, the rocking, the mental health rock, the staring off in space. They don't like that new me. And then you got probation telling me to be a new me. I just want to be a better me. I just want to be a better me for the whole world's sake. And I understand you got to give me some type of punishment. And I'm not saying that I'm going to be mad or what punishment you give me. I'm going to take it to heart and I'm going to humble myself because I know I brought myself to this place.
All right, what suggestions y'all got?
Your Honor, the state originally was amenable to John's Place. However, Captain Brown has said because she's not in in active crisis, they're not going to take her.
I am in an active
I
crisis.
think you are too. I agree.
I'm in an active crisis.
I
I
agree.
told her
I
that
agree with you. but I'm not a psychiatrist,
Right, and
so
we
I can't
can't
make
make
that determination.
the medicine that they got me on, the Toombs County ain't even got me on all the medicine that the doctor prescribed me on. So I'm going crazy in the cell because I'm not on my regimen of medicine that my doctor on the outside provide me. And Toombs County provider won't give me all my medicine. So I'm still in a crisis. I'm still lashing out on officers. I'm still lashing out on myself. I'm not stable. I'm not in my right mind, and I'm not on my right medicine right now. From the county.
Well, do you need more medicine or less medicine?
I need it adjusted to where I'm not too sleepy and I can still react. Cause right now I'm doing my willpower right now of trying to focus. It sounds like a radio in my head playing all these types of different tunes, and I'm trying to listen to you talk, but I'm hearing this in my head, and I'm trying to stay focused and be able to react with people, but it's hard for me, and I'm not thinking right. Even though it might sound like I sometimes can go into paying attention, it's really hard. It takes a lot of my strength to stay focused on listening to what people say, because not only do the radio play in my head, it replays what people say to me like they're trying to attack me. It tells me that people are trying to attack me with their words. So I get in defense mode and I feel like I'm at a battlefield, but really it's no battle. It's people trying to help me or people just trying to normally talk to me. I don't know how to handle every normal day things. I can't, using a cell phone give me anxiety. Just walking out the door, people can just be able to walk out the door on my own. I can't control people around me in the free world. They get to move anywhere they want to move. I know that if I'm in a closed place like in jail or in them cells, I can control who comes around me. Maybe 1 or 2 people come to my door. So I'm okay. I'm okay with that. But when I get out in the free world, I can't control them people. And I panic. I panic. And I need help with being back into the free world. I need to slowly get on the right regimen of medicine, and I need to slowly, they put me in a house or send me to a mental health group home so they can start working with me about how to cook meals, about how to, because people been telling me what to do for 5 years. People been telling me when to eat, when to take my meds, when to go to bed, when to come outside. People been telling me that for 5 years, how to manage my life. I don't know how to do things on my own. It scares me that I have the freedom of choice. And I know that might sound crazy, but to me, it's weird having a freedom of choice because I changed my mindset when I went to prison for 5 years to maintain in prison. And I started living like I was a lifer so that I could survive in prison. And now that I forgot that I wasn't a lifer, that I was going back to the free world, my family kept telling me that when I was in prison, not to make myself think like that, but it was the only way that I could see myself seeing every day. And in my time in prison, I was either in the ACU cell, the suicide cell, or lockdown because I couldn't manage well. So I was always by myself. And now that I got to get out and be around different people and they can do anything they want to do, and I'm paranoid because I don't know, the voices in my head telling me that they plotting on me and all that, and I'm saying in my head, nah, that ain't true. So I'm fighting with the voices in my head so they don't have no control over me. And I got a little willpower, and that's what God gave me. He gave me strength over them, and I know that I can defeat them. They're not in control of my life. I just need a little help to get on the right medicine that's not gonna make me too drowsy. I need to be in a place where they can put me into a home and start people manage me, come to the house, make sure I'm taking my medicine, make sure I'm cleaning my room, make sure I'm cooking food, and slowly get out there into the world.
Okay.
And Your Honor, this is the same issue we ran into with Greenleaf. We were very hopeful that she would get into the Greenleaf program and be able to get in more of a transitional program to transition her back into the real world, so to speak. But again, it was one of those things where she didn't qualify.
Cause I didn't have Medicaid. I got Medicaid now.
Don't let her finish.
So they wouldn't take her. And so this is the same issue we're running into with John's place is she doesn't qualify. So they're not going to accept her. We want to get her the help. And if John's supposed to take her, we want her to go, but we can't force them to take her. She's got to qualify. So that's where we are.
I just brought up this place by John's place. They haven't even contacted John's place yet to let them know about me. I just brought this up to myself about John's place. And I have Medicaid now. So my Medicaid will pay for it. And I am at a crisis right now because I'm not in my right mind. I'll go to the safe cell right now if I haven't promised Cap that I wouldn't go back to the safe cell and give her no problems. Because I'm always thinking suicidal and homicidal thoughts.
Yes, ma'am. Did you add anything to this?
Holland does have a community support team that seems to be trying to do something here now. So that might be something that's a resource to her as opposed to something that she reports to. But aside from her getting an active, John's place is a crisis stabilization. Now they do have other people that, that she can maybe talk to find other resources, but can't speak for them to, for anything without an active 1013. We could have her evaluated at the jail again for 1013, but I obviously can't promise that she's going to meet that criteria.
I've been on a 1013 list. They weren't supposed to take me off, Judge. I've been a 1013 since I came into the county.
Ms. Payne, what happened to the Greenleaf thing? Was it because she couldn't pay? You didn't have Medicare or Medicaid. Now that she's got Medicaid, would Greenleaf maybe take her, or do you know?
I don't know anything about that, Judge. I was just under the impression that she just did not meet the qualifications for Greenleaf.
They told us the same thing.
But what qualifications?
That she wasn't in crisis stabilization. That is what their spaces were. They have other resources for where the insurance and all that comes in. At the time, she didn't have Medicaid or any of that. They have other programs for residential. It's kind of like step down here. So if you have insurance, they have, I don't have it in front of me, so I don't really speak on it, but they have programs that insurance will cover. If you have that for residential.
Well, okay. So would she qualify for some of those residential programs, maybe?
We would have to get her on the phone with them and her be able to do a phone assessment and see, so we wouldn't know until they talk to her. Because she did that before. But when she went in through Greenleaf the first time, she came in under a 1013 and then they stepped her down to those.
Okay.
They provided other services based on where she was at the time when she went in. And so that was the thing. She wasn't on that 1013, so she wasn't in crisis, and those beds are for crisis.
So what suggestions do y'all have? I don't, she needs
She definitely doesn't need to just be turned loose.
No.
But again,
I don't understand why I'm not 1013 when I'm constantly talking about killing myself or hurting somebody else.
I agree.
I'm 1013. I tell Cap them that all the time.
I agree.
They beg for me to come out of suicide cell and to act calm and not to give them no problems. So that's why I do it. But I still tell them, I still talk to the provider and tell them I'm hearing voices. And I tell them that I'm going to beat my head on the wall. I tell them I'm going to do all these things. And me being in that room, I'm going to go even more crazier. And I'm in the room by myself right now. And I'm just, it kills me every day not to bash my head in.
I understand.
I mean, we could continue it, get in a 1013 eval.
Yeah, I would glad to have them reevaluate her. It's a circle. It's a constant. Obviously, it's not exactly like she explained. There's processes. There's providers. Mobile crisis. Our local providers that have lots of resources for those. So naturally, it's.
Well, obviously, she needs help of some kind, and being on the outside is not getting it done. Right. Being in prison isn't going to keep her separated, but it's not going to help her from that perspective. She needs a good mental hospital, but Georgia doesn't have those. You know, it'd be wonderful if we had the appropriate facilities. Some of the millions of dollars we're spending on other things could be providing places for people like her to be. We'll put this case off till next month to see if we can get you into Greenleaf or some other program, okay? To help you transition.
Okay, maybe we could try John's place.
Wherever we can get, that'll take you in to help you transition, to get you straightened out. That's what we're gonna try to do, okay?
Okay.
Amanda,
All right.
could she talk to both?
Oh, sure.
And if one of them would, okay.
And tell her I think she's in crisis.
11.
Do you have anything to show? Does anybody ask her if he knows anything?
Say again?
Mark was downstairs earlier, but I hadn't seen him
I
since
saw him.
He was
lunch.
headed to Meta.
Oh,
Who?
Officer Burke.
Yeah.
So they're going to reset it for next month and they're going to try to get her into somewhere, but no one will take her. She has to be in crisis mode. So to get in, she's almost going to have to commit a crime, you know, batter somebody or hurt herself. They won't let her hurt herself in the prison. You know, they'll tie her down. So I don't know. She was so eloquent on how she described after the letter. She did really well on describing what her issues are, that I don't see how the people who care for her right now in the prison, like, and the people at St. John's or wherever she's going can't see that she needs serious help right now. I mean, it's possible she drives her grandma into a tree. It's possible. She said that's what she's thinking. That's what the voice is. Whatever. I mean, no one would be shocked because that's what she said. She needs help. She needs a lot of help, and you know, there's just nothing available for them to give her the help that she needs. But I thought this was a really interesting one where we can sort of see what's going on inside some of these people's heads that we don't always think about that. You know, we think about their crimes, blah blah blah. But we don't think about, you know, the real issues. She's having real issues. I know some people, they're not having real issues. They're just criminals. She's having real issues that I don't know. She was on medicine before, but she still went to prison on that medicine. So, you know, she needs more than just medicine. I don't know what she needs. I'm not a psychiatrist, but I hope she get find something. I hope they can do something for her. It's hard when they don't have the facility that they need, and what they have says no. So it's just hard. We'll see what happens in a month if I get it. If he streams it, I'll try to do an update. Guys, thank you so much for coming out. Like and subscribe if you want to see more like this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.